Hi everyone, I'm Anna.
And I'm Annie.
And this is the second of our special Gem Jammers side story episodes.
We are back once again with more shitty Wolf Boy flashbacks.
We love our shitty Wolf Boy flashbacks.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed the first one. We've got, this one today is going to require a little bit more actual introduction now that you understand what you're getting into here. This one takes place after the White Manor, after Cacophony's amazing cutlass heist. We owe it all to her. After we stuffed a sword into a pillowcase.
I'm sure it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's probably fine. That sword's never come up again, so I can only assume everything's normal over there.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing to be concerned about.
I'm sure it's fine. God, that fucking sword. Right. So, if you'll remember, at the end of episode 27, everybody escaped from the White Manor, and Max discovered that there were some Vodoni soldiers who were, like, casing the joint or something. We never really totally found out about that. But they recognized Max, decided to try and kill him, and Max was weirded out enough that he admitted that there might be some problems that he's in with the royal family, at which case Cacophony was like, "Oh, so you're a secret prince?" And he's like, "Yes."
How did you know that? And it turns out Cacophony is just very genre savvy.
Exactly. So this is taking place in episode 28, which is Did You Get Gayer? Because it also features the debut of Alexei as Alviva, who is just such a fantastic introduction. But this episode also takes place of the entire trip back to Providence Bay, carrying the sword in a pillowcase to give to High Captain Rydian. The episode immediately following this is where the party gets spirited away to a Halloween castle, dungeon mastered by Chris Sims.
We're basically just slipping this in the center there, just between the two little arcs.
Oh, yeah. So this is going to take place basically. We have this and the next one that are going to be taking place fairly soon after the beginning of the episode. We talk about it a little when we actually get into it here, but Max has revealed he is a secret prince. He has apologized to the party after Cacophony demanded that he basically, like, explain himself to everyone, who are all really pissed at him. And he also, in particular, apologized to Jylliana, but did it in kind of a dick-ass way. So she's still kind of mad at him, but, you know, he's kind of nice. There's some chemistry there. He's hot.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He's good looking, and he can be funny when he's not being terrible.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So that's where this one's going to start. Pretty much as soon as they've left Vesper, heading out through the rest of Kofu space.
I think, maybe 2 days at most after they have left. But it's also worth noting that this episode is going to contain a few things that we will be referencing a bit more specifically once we get into Vodon, because it's going to talk about some characters that we will probably meet when we actually get there and do that arc.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, just sort of put some of that in your pocket as you go, and I think you'll be very excited to meet those characters discussed.
Consider this a teaser, if you like.
Yeah. And it also kind of informs a bit more about Max's perspective for before he left the ship, and what he might be going back to and what he's thinking about while he's doing so, and how the crew of the Kestrel may have affected his mindset as he leaves them.
We are so excited to share this with you all. Thank you, everyone, for coming along on this little extra bonus ride with us.
Yeah, please to enjoy.
Please to enjoy. All right, thanks again, everyone. You take care now. So, Jylliana, you are currently piloting the ship through Kofu space, away from Vesper towards the phlogiston, and from there you'll move on to Tide space. And you are going through an area you checked ahead and know, but you're waiting for Lachlan to show up to navigate. So you're not paying a great amount of attention to the inside of the ship, mostly the outside.
Yeah, I feel like the tunnels are probably a lot trickier than Jill's used to navigating through, because she's used to a lot of open space and, like, phlogiston.
Yeah, Up to a point they're marked, so you don't need to have the special compass yet, but in a minute you will, and you hear the door open with your physical ears, and you bring your attention back to your body to see Max. He comes through the door, not looking at you, and says, hey, Lachlan, I got the... Oh.
Oh.
Jill.
You.
Hi.
Not Lachlan.
You're not Lachlan.
He wasn't on schedule at all, was he? Goddess.
I thought he was on schedule for you. I guess not.
I thought he was on schedule for navigation, but apparently we're both disappointed.
I mean, I wouldn't say disappointed. I still get to navigate with you. All right. Let me get set up.
Okay, well, Your Royal Highness, would you like to
don't
command me?
Don't call me that.
Whatever it is that you do.
Look, I don't command people, okay? But you are going to want to take this left. And he posts up near you, Jill, with the compass and starts taking notes and tracking things.
Yeah, Jill silently takes the left.
Yeah, what's Jill's disposition like for the next little while?
Oh, probably pretty frosty. Like he admitted he was a prince. She had that whole blow up at him. She's probably still really embarrassed about that. She's also probably still mad that he was a prince and that she didn't expect any of that he spent so long, like, what she feels like essentially making fun of her and toying with her, and messing with her just to get a rise.
Mm-hmm.
But he also still did say it's because it's been like a couple of days since that he liked spending time with her, and she said she liked spending time with him, but there's a lot of complicated feelings whirling around in there, and it's mostly decided to settle on just still kind of being mad at him.
So if that's the case, I imagine, the next hour or so would be, pretty icy. Max would try to make small talk. Jill would shut him down.
Nice tunnels we're having today.
It wouldn't be exactly thrilling conversation.
No.
After about an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half, Max says, so when you look out of the ship, is it like having eyes on the hull? Are you looking through the timber like it's eyeballs, or what?
What, you've never talked to a helmsman before?
Not one who didn't tell me to fuck off.
Really, not...
Pirates aren't really interested in talking about this stuff.
She still just kind of pauses. What, you haven't asked Lachlan about this?
I mean, I could have, but I wanted to ask you.
She kind of pauses, then, well, no, it's not like eyes exactly.
Okay, what's it like?
I am the ship right now, and I'm also me, so I can kind of see out the front, like there was as though I had like a view out of the fore, out of the aft, around the sides, like I had mirrors everywhere that was showing me that, and well, it's the outside and it's the inside too.
That sounds like bullshit. Like it's bullshit to deal with. How do you handle that? That's so much.
It's a lot of information that you just kind of filter out. It's like, you know how you can technically always see your nose, but your eyes kind of filter out the information after a while?
He stops for a moment, and Jill, you see him actually looking down at his nose, closing one eye, then the other.
And he's like, yeah.
He's like, huh, I guess.
Jylliana kind of like hides a bit of a smile.
Huh.
Because that's cute.
I guess. I didn't even realize I could see my nose.
Yeah, so there's that, and then it's vision, but it's also other senses, too.
Huh. So what, like, you can smell Finn's cooking?
A little bit. It's really muted, though. Like, it's mostly sight and sound, but there's some muted, like, touch, smell, and taste.
Huh. So do you have to, like, hold your nose whenever someone goes to the heads?
Oh, that's where your mind goes?
Look, it's gross. Just seeing everything all at once? Ew.
You can usually focus towards or away something if you want.
Okay.
It's not, it's a little bit of practice. So I try not to focus when I see someone heading towards the toilet.
Ah. What about when they're changing?
Her face goes very carefully blank. What about when they're changing?
I imagine you've seen everyone naked by now.
She kind of looks away. Maybe.
Ooh. That sounds scandalous. Oh, wait. No, that means my crewmates would have seen... Oh, no. I hate that.
Yeah, lots of people have seen your junk, bud.
Well, they're welcome. You're welcome.
What?
Yeah. For getting to see all of this, and Jill, you see him run his hands down his body.
Oh, it's a privilege, is it?
Oh, you know it.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Oh, what? No, is it not a
Yeah.
privilege? Is it actually disgusting? Are you horrified by what you see?
I'm just saying, you might want to do a bit more manscaping on your back.
Oh, excuse me. That is part of my heritage. Thank you very much.
Your heritage?
Oh, fuck you. Oh, that's actually pretty good. That's actually very funny. God damn it, Jill.
I mean, it's not, but we can pretend it is.
Look, most people give me shit in very uncreative ways. This is the first interesting shit I've been given in a long time, so you know, it's funny.
All right, I'll take the extreme pity clap. Sure.
Hopefully, it's a little consolation from just the sheer disgust you feel when you look upon my naked flesh.
Yeah. Some definitely disgust.
Truly, just horror.
Just, yeah. I mean, just a terrible time.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, when you're looking out, do you get, like, claustrophobic when we're in tunnels like this?
A little bit, actually. Usually it's open space. Honestly, I get a little bit of claustrophobia just walking around on the decks. Like, I know the tunnels are really far away and there's not really much damage, but it feels a little more closed in than I'm used to. And also, we've got, like, more people than usual on board, so there's not a whole lot of privacy. As much privacy as one can get with, and she gestures to the helm.
Yeah, sounds like a lot. I mean, flying through tunnels is literally infinitely more compressed than flying through wild space would be normally, so...
Yeah, this is not my favorite sphere.
For what it's worth, it's not mine either. I don't love coming here.
Really? Isn't this part of your former empire?
Oh, come on, not for like half a millennia.
Oh, I mean, it's like a Commonwealth alliance or something though, right? Like, I mean, do they still print money with the royal family on it?
Oh, actually, that's never been a Vodon thing.
Really?
No, we don't print faces on money. Never have.
Amazing. I can't believe you'd pass up the opportunity to have your little face just stamped where everybody can see it all the time.
Nah, there's this idea that it's gaudy.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's not gaudy.
Yeah, look, we have quote-unquote better things to be doing. We're allied with Kofu Space now. We've got, like, some treaties and stuff, but the idea that they're under Empire... Look, Vodoni aren't super welcome here. Like, we're not mistreated, but we're not loved.
Yeah, I feel like, generally speaking, that would be the feeling for anybody who's, a colonizer.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I do kind of represent 400 years of subjugation.
Yeah, you're literally descended, direct line, huh?
Well, fuck, I don't tell them that I'm a prince. Oh, God, no. That's suicide. That'd be so stupid.
Sure.
Jill, just going by what we said earlier, you know that's why I didn't tell you I'm a prince, right? Because That would be a one-way ticket to assassination.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Look, if they're coming this far out after me, I can only imagine what they're doing to my family back home. They better not be sending people after my sister.
I mean, they probably are, right?
I mean, yeah, probably. But we got royal guards. The real question is, will they take me out first so that I can't go back and support my family? Or they take them out and leave me stranded? Or both at once? Who knows?
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Especially given that my sister's, what? God's 10, 11, 12, 14? 15?
You sound like that's surprising?
Yeah, last I saw her, she was a kid.
Oh.
It's been like 10 years.
Oh, I kind of know that feeling. Oh, no.
Yeah? You were away from your family for long?
I mean, I never really was with them, but I've got a couple of... I mean, I was in a convent since I was like 6, but I've got some older siblings and some younger ones, and the twins are like younger than me. And it's weird, because they keep growing up.
Yeah. Kids have this weird trait. I like to call it aging, and gets me every time. I never see it coming.
All right, smart ass.
No, but really, it's messed up. I actually went back to Vodon space a few years back.
Really?
Yeah, like 5 years ago. It was in secret. I didn't go formally, and I watched a parade, and my sister was like 10. It was weird.
Oh, 10 is a lot different than, like, what, 4 or 5?
Yep.
Oof.
She's really tall. She was like 10 years old and almost as tall as my mother.
She kind of glances him up and down. It's like, what's tall for you anyway?
Average adult height, between 6 and 7 foot.
Huh. So you're like, what, middle of the pack?
More or less. Oh, I see what you did there. Har har.
Oh,
Ha.
oh, goddess, no, sorry, that was not intended as a, ooh,
Well,
sorry.
it should have been. That was hilarious.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
I don't have a handle on your sense of humor.
Yeah, I don't get my sense of humor either.
Huh.
It's been all over the place.
Almost like you're multiple people. So you've just got the sister, right?
Yeah, just the one.
Huh. So there's like a significant age gap there, huh?
Yeah, she's 10 years younger than me. It's,
Wow.
I don't know what's up with that.
I really want to ask which one of you was the mistake.
Oh.
Which one of you was the oopsie baby?
Oh. No, it's probably neither.
Well, I was an accident.
Yeah, but royals don't do accidents.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably more that my parents just took 10 years to be able to have another kid.
Huh, they just wanted to make sure that you were set up first?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Huh. What's she like? Or what was she like besides being 5? I mean, I guess you don't really have that much of a personality when you're like 5.
When I knew her, she was a funny kid, I guess. Probably the only person who could make me laugh back then.
Oh.
Yeah, he starts to shuffle a little and doesn't make eye contact with your body, Jill. Although, of course, no matter where he looks, he's making eye contact with you.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry? Or that's good? Or I don't...
No, it's fine. It wasn't a happy time. And she was happy to be around. Made me happy. That. He starts fidgeting.
Oh. Huh. Not a happy childhood, huh?
I mean, I don't know. It was the only one I had, I guess.
Oh, okay, well, I mean, if you ever want to talk about that...
What? Why do you want to talk about it?
Well, I don't know. I just... You've been kind of... Well, I mean, I've been trying to figure out your deal for so long that it's just been kind of nice to hear a little about the actual you. And, I mean, you also kind of seem like you maybe don't have a whole lot of friends to talk about things with. And, I mean, it's been useful for me, so maybe that kind of listening ear might be useful for you?
He folds his arms and kind of leans forward a little bit. He says, look, there's nothing to tell. It's not like we're friends. You don't need to know all these things about me.
Oh. And there is a, like, as he's looking at her, there is a genuine moment of, like, hurt that passes across her features. And she's like, but you said that you actually liked spending time in... and then that look, like, she shakes her head and that moment passes. And she says, right, no, we're not friends.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
She just kind of looks away. Like, she breaks the eye contact first.
Jill, through the ship, you can see Max is shifting more and more. Like he's trying to figure out what to say, but can't quite place it. And eventually he says, So just before I left, she was 4 or 5 and I was 14 or 15. I was studying. And she comes into my room. And the tutor tries to tell her to get out, but no, she insists. She tells me to come with her. So, she takes my hand and leads me down into the grounds. And out there, I find that she has made a carriage for bullfrogs.
Bullfrogs?
Think of frog. Now think of it the size of your head.
Okay. Jylliana is, like, very tentative here. She doesn't quite know what's happening, but she doesn't want to, like, do anything to break whatever spell is going on here.
And she's tied some string around its waist. And tied that string to a piece of bark. And looks like she tried to make some wheels out of, like, sticks, but it didn't work. And she keeps yelling at the frog to startle it, and it jumps and pulls the bark behind it, and it keeps falling off. And then the ladies in waiting come out and yell at us and drag us inside, and we get a talking to. They were like, oh, you should never let your sister go out and do all these unladylike things, and oh, look, she's ruined her dress. And, oh, she was wearing breeches underneath. Unacceptable. And, I think that was the last time she was ever allowed to play outside alone again. And I've left her there. With all these nobles. All these politics. Who won't even let a child play outside in the mud with frogs. And she's just alone.
Jylliana opens her mouth and closes it, and I think she kind of reaches out her hand a little, but pulls it back. I think she almost makes to stand up, but realizes she can't because she's in the helm, and she's kind of stuck to the chair to make the ship go.
As she pulls her hand back, just late enough that he doesn't realize, he looks over at you, Jill, and he says, I know people think nobility is a good life, but I think you should be grateful you're not nobility, because these people are horrible. It's all about tradition and power. And they're bad people, Jill.
And Jylliana kind of sets her jaw.
And I left her there in the middle of them.
So what are you going to do about it?
I'm sorry?
What are you going to do about it?
I mean, I'm going to go back. And I'm going to do something.
You're going to, what, try to evac your family? But what else?
What do you mean, what else?
I mean, if you go back there and if you can get your family out, if you can get your sister out, that doesn't solve the problem.
It does. They're not in the bad situation anymore.
But the bad situation is still there. There's still all of those people. You're still letting a situation exist where some other kid could be fucked up like you and your sister are.
What am I supposed to do about it?
She blinks. You're the crown prince, right?
Only on paper.
Sometimes paper's all it takes. By blood, you're the crown prince of an empire. You're kind of those people's boss.
What, are you insinuating I should go back and take the throne after all? Is that what you're saying?
No, you said you hate royalty, that you don't want to be a prince or a king, and that's fine, but I just mean that you are in an incredibly rare situation. Do you realize that?
Princes aren't exactly a dime a dozen, if that's what you're saying.
I mean, you were born into a position of privilege and power at the nexus point of so much cultural and political plays and things going on that you have the direct power to affect it. And I mean, power's just the start of it.
I'd really rather not. Power's just used for fucking people over.
But, I mean, that's the thing, is that it's not really just about having power. It's... how to put this? And she kind of sits up. And I think she leans over her knees. Like, she puts her elbows on her knees and leans over and looks at him. And she's like, okay, look, I've been paying attention while I've been trying to figure out what your deal is, right? And,
okay.
Prince wasn't really what I expected, but that does fit a few things. It's just, look, you are so capable. Like, you're sitting on all these political ties. You have all of these nobles that that might listen to you if you wanted to try and change things. And the thing is that you're really, really good at getting people to like you. You are so charismatic. Like, the Kestrel, like everybody here, we don't all seem to agree on liking each other, but everyone agrees that they like you. I mean, and that's a bunch of different kinds of people, and you're able to just get everybody on your side so easily. I mean, it is not easy to be able to connect with people like that, and maybe sometimes it's only a surface level thing, but I mean, you are so good at getting people to like you. You're charismatic, you're charming, you're good looking, that doesn't hurt, but you could convince people that things need to change. You have the resources and the access to actually do that. I mean, you're kind of the perfect storm. You make things so easy to change. You're so good at making change for yourself, and I don't know, I guess it feels like you could maybe do something amazing. if you stop trying to focus on just making things different for yourself and changing things to be better for other people. And I've said too much.
During these words, Max's body language started to close up. He went tight-lipped. He didn't look at Jill. And at the end of it, he's very, very quiet in this deep silence, broken only by the very faint humming of the helm.
I think the longer this silence stretches on, the more nervous Jill starts to get.
There is suddenly a noise that startles both of you. The door to the bridge opens, and Kara walks in. She's holding some charts, and she says, "Hey, don't mind me, I just got some..." And Max has already moved to her, thrust the compass into her hands, and left. Straight out the door, shutting it behind him.
Oh, shit.
And Kara's there holding maps in one hand and the compass in the other. Says, "What the fuck did you say to him?"
I think I just royally fucked that up.
Icily, hold on, my microphone is falling down. Let's fix that.
Hey! Bro! What are you losing your little puppy mind about? There are no problems.
Oh no, fucking jeez, Mike again. Alright, hold on. This is not great.
You okay?
I have to jury rig things a little because I'm in my bedroom. God, it's weird playing someone who's not emotionally mature enough to, like, admit he's wrong.
That's the fun, is that he eventually gets there.
He eventually gets there.
Problems again. You're so good at inventing problems. You're an expert. You're an expert at problem invention. But I need you to not be like this for 5 seconds. Can you do that? Can you do that? Oh, gross. Oh, gross. And he's like, there's nothing to learn. We're not even friends or something like that.
Oof. That hurts. That sucks.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
Okay.